Hey everybody, this is Vincent Gino here. I'm with my good buddy Michael Raparez.
Hi, Vince.
How you doing, Mike?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's been a while since we've sat down together. So we're here to do a little commentary on your review of Metro 23 Redux. Well, this is really Metro Redux. It's both 2033
and Last Light
together in one shiny new package. And you seem to have liked it quite a bit.
I did like it quite a bit. I always thought the Metro 2033 was a very underrated game. I think a lot of people skipped over it, and those who even reviewed it, it got a lot of flack for its clunky menus and things like that. So I want to show you guys one thing first off here is this. These are the menus from Last Light in Metro 2033.
Oh, great.
So it makes everything a lot easier I can take my gas mask on and off just like that and die of asphyxiation. I can also do this. That was not a feature in 2033. So when your gas mask gets fogged or covered in blood, you can just wipe it away.
Nice, beautiful. Yeah. So what other things have they brought over? Anything else that they brought over from Last Light? I see one of the things you talked about a little bit in your review was that you felt that the gameplay overall was improved, not just the visuals, and that's in some part because of the things they brought over from Last Light. So what else has changed gameplay-wise?
Well, they kind of brought over the stealth AI from Last Light, where you're hunting guards and you hear little musical cues that sort of tell you whether the guards are on alert or hunting for you, whatever. And also when you make a kill, when you duck out of sight, you can tell when the guards are just not knowing where you are.
Gotcha. So you have a better sense. It conveys information more clearly, so you can make kind of better decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's so key in stealth games. Any game with a stealth element at all, conveying those expectations and information clearly, so that the player doesn't get frustrated or be detected or lose because they have no idea what's really going on. So it begs to be said, this is a much better looking version of 2033 than I certainly remember. I played through it back when it first came out, and I certainly didn't have a computer that was. By no means did I have a computer that was capable of playing it at the highest settings. But even on a good rig, this seems like it's a pretty stunning version of 2033. Is that just my memory not being very good, or
no? It does. It looks a bit like. I think am I about to get eaten? Maybe.
Don't get eaten, Mike. That's
I'll try not to.
That's not a good look.
That's anathema. But it looks a lot more like Last Light did. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, that's right. I have a compass. What a great way to introduce this
modern
feature.
Technology.
Yeah. Also, if you don't like the compass, if that makes things too obvious, you can turn on your lighter and go in the direction of the flame.
Oh, that's right. That was in the original Metro, was it not?
Yes.
That was. Yeah.
Yeah. Going in circles here. Oh, I have to find a way around. So let's go.
If this was
here.
an actual post-apocalyptic Moscow, I'd
be dead by now. Yeah.
So very dead.
That's a demon. You don't really want to mess with
No,
those. So I'm going to get out of its way.
That's a winged nope creature that I want nothing to do.
Oh, here it comes. Let's run away.
Let's run away. Run away. So yeah, visually it just
visually it's a big step up. I think comparing them side by side, it sacrifices some of the moody darkness of the original. You kind of got an almost warmer sense from the lighting in that game. But this, you can see everything a lot more clearly. You can see detail on the monsters and on your surroundings. Oh, also be sure to loot all dead bodies.
Oh yeah, this game is definitely a survival. It's definitely balanced like a survival game. I mean, you need all these resources.
All right, so is this a Watchman? Yes, it is. Or no Solace. I have a silenced shambler here. This is, I think, my favorite weapon in the game.
It's kind of like a shotgun?
It is a shotgun.
Right.
But it's like a shotgun revolver. So
yeah, I want that.
Very effective, more effective than I remember it being, actually.
Right. So let's go into that a little bit. There's different gameplay modes in this version of Metro that kind of pulls in different. Actually, to be honest, I don't totally understand these different modes. Can you run out what are these different modes that you select now?
So
they kind of play into the different dynamics that you see in the game.
Yeah, when you begin the game, you're given the option of survival or Spartan mode. Okay. And that's kind of to reflect the two games had a different dynamic. Metro 2033 was more survival horror paced.
Sure.
Scarce resources,
right.
Running scared most of the time.
That's the Metro I love.
Yes, whereas Last Light is a little more action action-packed, faster-paced. You've got more plentiful resources. It's more about just pushing forward constantly. And so you can choose to play either game with either dynamic right off the bat, and you can tell which one you're playing. As if you look at this, you can now check your watch up close in both games.
Okay.
So that old-school timepiece is Metro 2033 style, and if you're playing Last Light style, you'll have a digital watch.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
All right, so
Well, that's creepy. Oh, my God.
Oh, shit. Right there.
Kill it dead. Kill it with fire. Kill it with bullets.
Usually one shot from these is enough to put down a watchman, but...
So, all right. So why don't we've seen what the more, yeah, there you go. Wipe the slate clean.
Yeah.
So we've seen a little more what the outdoor gameplay looks like. I want to see what, with the new lighting system and like the new visuals, what maybe a little more dank area looks like. Can we switch things up a little bit?
Sure. We'll just ignore that ghost there.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. He's just passing by,
Yep,
passing
yep.
through, saying hi.
Everything's
deal.
fine.
How are the loads in this version?
They're relatively fast, not as fast as on PC. Obviously, we're playing on Xbox One right now. But like 20 seconds maybe at most. Let's see, we're going to trolley combat.
Yes, we'll check that out. Bam, cool. Yeah, I mean, you wrote in your review, and I think it's a great line that as dank irradiated hellholes go, that the Moscow Metro might be your favorite one to visit, and I guess we're going to see why that is. But why would you say that is? Why does this dark, kind of heavy? I think it's a very heavy. The whole game feels like it weighs and like oppresses the player in a lot of ways. Like what about that made you want to come back to it?
I think one of the things about Metro is it looks like it should be very weighty and oppressive, but in fact it's... I mean, I'm not going to say it's light, but the Metro has a certain character to it. Like, the people are identifiable, and you kind of get this sense of, like, people aren't just miserable. They've adapted to this. They've created a new culture underground. And you get to experience that firsthand, and it's really interesting seeing all the political intrigues. Like, for example, right now, these guys who are messing me up are Nazis. Nazis have come back. They're fighting with communists for supremacy in the Metro. And they're viewed as like the two extremist factions. These guys sneaking up here are Rangers from Polis. They're another neutral faction, but they're about to save my ass from being shot by Nazis. And a very dramatic moment coming up right here, yes.
Wow, that guy's got ups! That guy can jump! What?
A lovely 300 moment.
I was going to say, did they upgrade his vertical from the original version?
Yeah,
Because I remember that dude...
Got a bit more of a jump to him.
Oh my god. But it's interesting too in terms of story. As oppressive and kind of dark as the environment is, you're right. It's the fact that these people have decided, they've chosen to live on. They've chosen to make something.
They're making the best of a bad situation.
And there's something very powerful about that. At least there was for me when I played it originally on PC.
And even though humanity is apparently now fewer than 50,000 individuals, they still find reasons to kill each other.
Right, exactly. As you can only imagine, humans would. So now, what about Last Light? I mean, we're gonna keep looking at 2033 here and see some of the darker areas of 2033. But I know Last Light is involved in this in this package as well. So, Last Light's a more recent game, and it was said pretty publicly that they didn't do as much to remaster Last Light as they did as they did 2033. How did you say that shook out?
Well, they didn't really need to remaster Last Light that much because it's a game that was released last year on PC. And this, like on Xbox One, it's still not as high res as it is on PC. Like if you compare them side by side, you notice the difference. Right. And this is a lovely trolley we're about to ride. Literally ride, machine gun in. But yeah, going back to Last Light. The biggest changes to that are kind of gameplay oriented. Like it brings over the survival mode. It keeps the Ranger hardcore mode and Ranger mode. Ranger mode gets rid of the HUD entirely, so you don't have any heads-up elements. And if you're playing Ranger hardcore, like you don't even get the menus. You just have to memorize what the buttons do.
Does the game feel like it works that way? I know I like modes like that, but sometimes you can tell that in terms of visual language, the game wasn't crafted that way. So it's it feels a little bit kind of obtuse.
Well, some of it does. Like when you pull up the expanded weapons menu, which is a little closer to how you selected guns in Metro 2033 originally. Like you can hear that you're swapping between menu items, but let's honk the horn. You can
Get out here, guys.
Yeah, you can hear that you're swapping between menu items, but you can't see it. But at the same time, using the radial menus that pop up, that kind of becomes innate because you're just holding down LB and using a button shortcut. So once you remember what the button shortcuts are, it's super easy.
Nice. And, of course, the version of Last Light that's included with Redux has all of the DLC that was included, which is a great value.
Yeah. Like, I think my personal favorite, one of my favorite things about Last Light is the Kshatriya DLC, which is like an open world sort of Dark Souls thing where you're going and exploring the Moscow library, which, as everyone knows, is full of librarians, which are the worst things ever in Metro. They're these huge...
Scarier than any mutant, than any other mutant.
They're like huge skull-faced ape creatures. All right, these guys are onto us, so I'm going to just start shooting.
Mow them down, Mike.
Come on, start shooting. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, that's what we came to see. Mass slaughter.
Yeah. So you're going to get a nice view of the Metro's lighting effects in here because we're going to be shot at a lot.
Beautiful. Well, so overall, what would you say was your favorite thing about playing back through this and about the package as a whole?
Honestly, my favorite thing is hunting guards. That was always a highlight in Metro Last Light, and here being able to do it in Metro 2033, kind of having a surer footing when you're surrounded by enemies. When it's safe, when you're
Again, having that information.
Yeah, exactly. It makes a big difference.
Cool, very good. Well, obviously you thought this was a great game. We went with an 8.6 on Metro Redux. You can see right there the pros and cons: improved gameplay, better AI, and the stealth hunting, like you were saying, coming back from Last Light. And you did say. Some of the bigger crowds of monsters from later in the game were a little much, right? And of course,
when we saw the Watchmen earlier, the game loves to just like throw fistfuls of those guys at you, just surrounding you with monsters at close range, and it gets kind of disorienting and annoying. Like right now, when I don't know where these shots are coming from. Okay.
There's just so many people. All the bullets.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's a good place to stop.
Yeah.
Mike, thank you very much. Loved your review, and I'm definitely looking forward to playing a little more Metro Redux. For everything on Metro Redux, Metro 2033, Metro Last Light, and Russian post-apocalyptic worlds, you guys are already in the right place.
Keep it on IGN.
Yeah.